What's up, guys? Welcome to the One Realm podcast. I'm your host, Diego, alongside my co host, Thomas.
Diego, I'm really surprised for once.
Okay, which is?
Well, I'm surprised we don't talk anymore like that. I'm surprised you're still alive.
That's true. I'm technically not alive after yesterday. I went for a run with my brother, and I gotta tell you, man, I'm out of shape to a degree that I don't think I've ever been in. Where I probably at least not for the last 8 years, more or less. And I honestly thought I was having liver failure and I was about to die. So I guess I'm not the same person I was yesterday. So the old Diego died, and I am reborn today.
Well, that wasn't exactly the joke I was hoping to go with, but okay then. We're gonna keep this in. No,
It wasn't a joke. It was
no,
serious. I literally thought I was
no.
gonna die yesterday.
Yeah, well, but no. The reason the joke I was trying to tell you, I didn't want to tell you because it seemed like it was scripted though. Which obviously now that everyone knows it wasn't. It was a whole Sindel thing with like, oh, well, too bad. You're gonna die. Something I don't know.
Yeah, I
I was
figured
trying to
you were
think
gonna
of
go
something.
with that, but I wanted to throw it off.
Yeah, and he did. He did.
I succeeded. Usually, you're the asshole that ruins everything that I try to plan out. This time, it went the opposite direction.
Well, I got bad news for you then.
Let's hear it.
We're going to sit down and watch Annihilation. Not today, but soon. I'm thinking the point this week.
Hey, I'm down with that. Actually, I think that should be easy for me to find too. So I'm more than happy to watch that
Well,
because
I was just trying to see how much it would cost, and I technically just rented it for 48 hours
okay,
once I started watching it. So I have a full 2 weeks to play it out and
all right,
not watch it.
all right,
But I'd rather get it done this week because it's one of those movies that you kind of do want to get high and talk shit about. But
okay.
this time we have to record the commentary instead.
Yeah, like we could do that Thursday, right? You said you're off Thursday, right?
No, well, I get off Thursday night, but you'll probably be asleep by that
Okay, yeah.
time. But
Well
Friday
then,
I'm off.
Friday, perfect.
Hmm.
Yep, deal, guys.
Yeah.
You can expect something very special because Annihilation is gonna be. You're gonna have Thomas high. I'm gonna be drunk. we're gonna have a fun time with that.
Well, the thing is, too, like, the whole point of that same scene, I was talking to one of my buddies as well about it, was that is literally like the most memorable scene from that entire movie.
Yeah, that's it's one of them. It's just that movie's a walking. I don't know. It's almost like if it was a comedy, it would honestly be just a genius of a movie. It'd be a masterpiece.
I don't think it was meant to be a comedy, though. I think it's
That's
like kind of like
exactly,
what sad, like
exactly.
really, really sad. Like a lot of flipping and turnings. Animation is bullshit. Rain dies again.
Especially like honestly, one of the worst moments of that entire movie is the dragon fight at the end where Luke is just so stupid. Where Shao Kahn becomes a dragon, all that shit.
And it's not really a dragon. It's like the little thing from Greek mythologies where you cut off one head, another one, two more grow
Yeah,
back.
you mean Cerberus? Yeah, that's
There
true.
you go. I
Yeah,
never
yeah,
know
yeah.
what it's
Or the
called, but I
Hydra.
always know what it
The
is.
Hydra. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, Hydra. That's
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. That's true. I don't know. It's just that entire movie is just kind of bizarre, but the Sindel portions are some of the worst probably in the entire movie. You can tell that the
Hamster
actress
ball.
just yeah that yeah Cabal's trash.
No, no, hamster ball.
Hamster Ball. I thought yeah Cabal's not even in the movie, is he?
He's mentioned, but not
Yeah,
shown.
that's right. That's right. Yeah. Yeah. What a fucking movie that is. That's gonna be a fun time. But yeah,
But
like
all that said, like I said, we like we were talking about earlier. There's a lot of funny things with Mortal Kombat and just style in general.
yeah, I think
That
that one of the best things about Mortal Kombat is that yes, you can take it very seriously and the story is very deep, but the comedic portions of it are almost bigger than the series itself.
oh yeah. Let's see, between that whole debacle, that fuck show of a movie, um, Johnny Cage's dialogue and MKX and 11. There's just a lot of funny things
Yeah,
there.
a lot of joke characters, just a bunch of funny little clips like cooking with Scorpion, all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
It's actually really clever and a lot of it's really funny. Some of it, of course, didn't really hit the mark, but the ones that did, they were really solid.
And some of those things were not supposed to be funny, but it's so sad that it's funny.
Yeah, like Reptile and his
That's
endless.
that's literally my number three.
Yeah, that's. I guess so. What we're gonna do? Like, we'll do like a top five list. Our
Yeah,
top five most sad moment or hilarious moments.
yeah. Even the ones that are not supposed to be funny, like they're still hilarious
Yeah,
to
yeah,
this
yeah.
day.
Now, keep in mind, I didn't take some time to kind of put together my list, so it will be coming on the fly. So I guess I'll let you go first if you want to go ahead and start us off.
Sure. Five is pretty much making Johnny Cage the voiceover guy for MK11.
Hmm.
And have you got to do that yet or no? Or
No, I
you
haven't
stopped
actually.
playing?
Yeah, I haven't played the game just by myself, unless it's just like playing with my girlfriend or something like that. I haven't played it in months. It's probably been damn. When did Nightwolf come out? August?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was probably a solid month and a half before that. Yeah, so it was early July
yeah.
probably since the last time I
No,
actually
late
played it.
July. I remember we did record something right after my birthday.
Yeah, maybe it was more or less around. It was sometime in July though, so I
Yeah.
haven't I haven't done any of that stuff now.
Mm. Well, was it? Well, let's say he just. I'm not sure you've seen clips about it at least. No.
Yeah, I've seen some clips. Yeah, nothing nothing deep, just like little clips here and there, like
Well, pretty much
little
all it
segments.
is just him talking shit about every character except himself.
Oh, really? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I only saw a few of them, so I didn't know it was going deep into it.
Well, I know for a handful. Um, I just got it officially today, but Frost is called Elsa, I'm pretty sure, or Ice Queen. Katana was Miss Blue or Blueberry. Scarlet was called Scarlet Johansson. So there's a lot of good puns in there. I
That's for
like them.
sure. That's Johnny Cage for you, though, man.
Oh
That's what he's
yeah.
there for.
But then when he talks about himself, he's like, obviously, or of course, me, Johnny Cage. So he's literally said my future ex-wife. But yeah, that's like one of the most hilarious things I think I've seen from that.
Yeah, I really, I've been ever since we started to do this episode. I was actually taking into consideration, streaming a little bit of more Kombat, so I might get into that in the next couple of days. Try
Have
to,
fun with that.
yeah, try to dive into that. I mean, I don't think there's that much interest in people streaming it anymore. I think that's kind of dead, but I'm gonna be playing
I think
anyway, so
maybe
fuck it.
when characters come out, it's like good for like a good week or two, and then it's like, all right, I'm done with it.
Yeah, pretty much. I guess I'll go ahead and give you my number five because I don't really have too much to say about the Johnny Cage thing, even though it, I'm sure it's really fucking hilarious, and I can't wait to get that actually. I will say, go ahead and say an easy one is Cooking with Scorpion.
Yeah, I wish they would have made more of that.
Yeah, I think that was one of the better ideas they had, and it's kind of a shame that they didn't put that in the following games. I don't necessarily think they should have made it like a show or something like that, like a mini series on YouTube. But I think that
Or
if
at
they'd
least a
have,
running joke,
sorry, what?
like a running joke,
Yeah,
pretty much.
exactly. Like each game is a new one, so I think that would have been a nice little running gag they have. But unfortunately, they just left it at one. But yeah, it was a hilarious idea and one that I definitely I definitely didn't expect, and it's the kind of content that I would like to see more often now in the crypt. Instead of a bunch of bullshit, and actually have that kind of stuff. I think that would have been a really really solid addition to a game like this one with MK11. I mean,
Yeah. Number four is the most memorable line from Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
which is
Too bad you will die.
oh my goodness, my fucking god, dude. Like
The,
who wrote this script? Honestly, I mean, just
I mean, we
Jesus.
can easily look it up, actually.
Yeah, I
I'm
hope to
sick.
God he
I
hasn't.
want to do it.
Let's take a look at his IMDb and see what this guy's made. Because I guarantee you it's nothing good.
That was his first movie, though.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
I learned that yesterday.
I mean, it can't be anybody who's had any success in Hollywood. Because I don't care, if it's your first job or what. If you think that's a good line and that delivery is the correct way to deliver it, then there's some serious issues between him and the director. No doubt about that.
John R. Leitoni, so he's Italian.
Okay.
So your bloodline made this.
Well, yeah, unfortunately. Not that my bloodline is capable of doing anything. And from the Italian side, unless it's fucking food, there's not much you can rely on these people to make. And I can say that because I live in Italy, so there's no offense taken, or there shouldn't be any offense taken from any
Good luck with
Italians.
that one.
And I
Let me
don't
see if
think.
he made anything else. Um. Oh, so I guess he was a part of. That's bullshit. I'm pretty sure that's bullshit. I'm checking it out.
Yeah, I highly doubt he's been in anything actually
Well,
worth
it
mentioning.
says right off the bat when you look at IMDb, it literally says like he was a part of Insidious and Annabelle,
Mm.
which I call bullshit completely, but I'll double check.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, it might not be bullshit. Just he didn't have a big part of it. That's for sure.
Well, I mean, his name's not even on there, so
Yeah.
I do know the person who's now producing the new Mortal Kombat movie. Um, that he did have a part in all of those,
Okay.
but like I said, I don't. Let's leave that one buried. How about that?
Yeah. Well, I mean
That's what new Mortal
that movie did come out when, like 1997.
7.
So yeah, it's been a while. So yeah, I'm hoping the new one will be light years better than that one. I mean, we'll see. But it can't be too. I don't think it really can be worse. So at least there's that.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I think for
You
mine.
say that a lot.
Yeah, we do, but and we always end up being surprised. But I don't know. I have somewhat faith, even though I don't actually have faith. So I don't know. I guess we'll have
We
to
had this
just wait and
before,
see.
remember?
We had faith in MK11, and I bought the DLC, and
And X.
yeah. Oh my god. Anyway, let's just go ahead
Got
and move
Bond.
on. But I don't want to get too demoralized right now, considering I haven't used a single DLC character, and I paid all that money for it. Anyway, my number four, I think I'm gonna have to go with mocap. I'm like I said, this isn't necessarily going to be in order, okay? Because I
Yeah.
didn't have time to put this list together. But like mocap, I think was actually really really funny because of course it's another way to put in who was it? Carlos Pazina? Yeah, Daniel Pazina is the Johnny Cage one. He's Carlos is Raiden, so it was a funny way
Yeah.
to put him in there, and just having this mocap motion capture guy who was thrown into the series, it was kind of funny to me. I know it's not necessarily like the funniest thing ever, but it's just one of those quirky things to where if you have somebody over there who doesn't play Mortal Kombat, you just pop on mocap and like, what the fuck is this? He's ever all these guys who have these crazy powers and they can do all this weird shit, and all of a sudden you have a motion capture guy, and I thought it was a
It
nice
has
little
no
touch.
powers, no weapons, and um, doesn't have a fatality.
Exactly. So he's just kind of there. So it was a good way to. It was just I think it was a nice little way to pay homage to all the work that Carlos Pazina has done for the series. He's been there since Mortal Kombat 1, so he's been doing a lot of stuff there. So I think that it was a good way to pay homage to him, and it was just a quirky little thing that they just threw in there, and nobody really expected, in my opinion.
Just because it's nice to do things doesn't mean you should do them, though.
That's true. I'm not saying it's the best, or that was a good idea. I'm just saying it was a pretty
It
hilarious moment when
happened.
I saw it the first time. Yeah, I'll never forget the first time I saw it. I was like, "What the fuck is mocap?" I thought he was gonna have at least something, but he just didn't do shit.
No, Mocap was one of the characters I never get to play with, though.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, just because when Organ like the Daily Lives came out, I was 4 or 5,
Okay.
and I can't beat the Conquest. So,
Yeah. No, I
but
I,
you
I
guys
did it. Yeah.
know.
No, it was really fun to see him. All right, what about your number three?
Okay, number 3.
Well, I think you kind of already said it was Reptile, right?
No, I'm gonna hold that because I think that kind of it's a little above that.
Okay.
Um, Mortal Kombat, Defenders of the Realm, Sonya Blade's catchphrase.
I haven't seen that, so what is it?
So Defenders of the Realm was pretty much like a Saturday morning TV show,
Uh-huh. I know what it is, yeah.
and it took place. Is that it has in the same continuity of the movies,
Mm-hmm.
and it takes place in MK3 era, pretty much.
Okay.
And
Yeah, I've seen some
Sonya has
clips
this
of it. It
one
looks fucking
catchphrase.
awful.
Huh?
I've seen some clips of it. It looks fucking awful.
Oh, it's watchable, and like I say, it's one of those things you have to be willing to keep. Like, when you watch some things, you have to be in mind like, this is terrible. Was not Academy Award winning. There's a reason why this only has 13 episodes and it's done afterwards. And her catchphrase was "Comeback time."
Oh, that's where it came from. Son of I didn't know that. Oh my goodness. That is one of the.
And
I was
it's
wondering where the
tied
fuck that
to
came from.
every episode, at least twice an episode.
Oh my goodness. What the hell? Who the fuck wrote that?
I mean, we can look it up.
Don't, please don't. I'm sick of these awful writers. Oh my goodness. It's combat time. Who the fuck?
That was kind of she said it's combat time, and then she just yells "Comeback time."
Oh,
Right?
that's even worse. Oh my goodness. It's combat time would make like somewhat sense, but just combat time out of nowhere is. My goodness, man. It's just so fucking sad. I don't even know what to say. I don't know how to top that. Oh my god.
Oh, another thing too, I forgot to mention about number 4. Somebody actually tweeted at Boom. He retweeted this. So I've heard made this week terrible, but they took the motion capture. Well, the 2 frames of Katana and Dale talking to each other,
Okay.
and I sent this to you, but pretty much put in dialogue from Mortal Kombat Annihilation, the opening dialogue. But yeah, as I said, that's still my favorite scene from that movie. But now number 2. Wait, did you say number 3 or
No,
no?
I don't think I said my number 3 yet. No. I do want to say one that's not necessarily hilarious, but like thinking about it, I mean, the fact that they thought this was a good idea was the fact that basically pretty much anybody who played through Mortal Kombat Deception's Conquest mode knew approximately 10 hours before Shujinko that Damaji was actually a bad guy. I think that's like one of the most just bizarre things. It's like if you're not 5 years old, then you're pretty much going to figure out that what you're doing is going to really do a lot of damage to a lot of people. So it's not like one of those. It's not like a funny moment. It's just like a what the fuck moment. I guess looking back on it, in my opinion.
No, you're right. You are absolutely right. That is hilarious though, because he's the acting's already terrible, and they add the terrible acting with him being legitimately surprised. I feel like the voice for Tsujenku was legitimately surprised when he first read that.
He was probably surprised because it's like one of the dumbest things he's ever read as an actor.
I don't know about that.
I
Oh,
mean,
it's the Midway days. No one was really actors back there.
yeah, I guess that's true. It was probably just some kind of dumbass that they, not a dumbass. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. That's kind of mean. It was probably just some kind of random guy that they found there and just had him doing reads because he most certainly wasn't. He didn't sound like a professional or anybody who had any acting in his. And I don't know. It's just I remember that pretty clearly. Like especially, I don't know if I think I've told this before on the podcast, but there was one Christmas that I remember very very clearly, where we had our Argentinian family friends, and that Christmas, they actually had their brother with them, who I don't think spoke any Italian, if I'm not mistaken. But the moral of the story is he was just playing his guitar the entire time, and I basically had my headphones on, and I played through the entire Conquest mode that Christmas. All right, that entire day I just spent playing Conquest mode, and I remember just getting to that part where the big reveal happens, and I was just like, imagine this is the first time you're playing this game, you don't expect it, and you have to deal with Shujinko being so stupid where he didn't realize that Damaji was actually Onaga. And I honestly, I don't remember me playing through it the first time and realizing that, but it must have been just a moment of like, Jesus Christ, how fucking stupid is this, man? I don't know. It's really really sad that somebody wrote that and thought it was a good idea, that it was going to be some kind of like, shocking moment. It's it just it didn't land at all in my opinion. It was just so fucking stupid.
Well, it's one of those things too where I think they were trying to. There's too many things going on as well, and the problem is when you make a new character, for example, they always gonna not always gonna fall flat the first time. But like a prime example of somebody falling flat was, well, three examples: Tanya, who else? Fujin and Reiko.
Mm-hmm.
Where I think some people, those three at least came back eventually, but well, not came back, but they at least started getting a fan following. But this time, but what happened though was we already talked about the Fujin thing, where everyone was so mad that he was going to replace Raiden that they're all up in arms. And now they want Fujin back. They say Tanya's in too many games, but I mean she's barely in them as well. But basically, she's in them more than Reiko.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. That's a fair point. I mean, unfortunately, half the time they're either replacing somebody or they're taking the spot of somebody that people want, and so that you get that initial hatred, and it takes a long time for them to build up any kind of a following. And once they do, then usually, NRS or Midway are kind of already past that.
And for example, Tanya was supposed to not really, but in a way replace Katana.
Yeah.
Like you're supposed to be the same thing that Melina is to Jade. I mean, what Melina is to Katana, to Jade. And at first glance, too, they could have actually set that up like, oh, you got these four female demons who all have beef with each other. And now you'll never see them all in the same game together again.
Pretty much, yeah, it's pretty much done. Just one of the many moments where they completely they completely missed their chance to take an opportunity to make something good, and they just kind of all left them out in the wilderness to not really become anything. I guess Katana finally did in this last game, but I mean,
they got a man, and Melina died, and Tanya's missing.
Yep.
Here's the thing, though, too. And I'm not sure who it was, but Tanya could have so much potential because other than just being a trader, which pretty much if you take her story from MK4, they pretty much copied and pasted it and gave it to Devora.
Pretty much, yeah. That's a good point.
But not even that though. Like, if you want to go beyond the whole fact that she betrays everyone she sees, you can legitimately give her a rivalry with Katana, saying like, well, while we were all here busting up, getting tortured and killed off, you were living in lavish luxury. Same with Jade. But she makes more of a villain for. I feel like the whole thing with Tanya and Jade was just like they're both black.
So that was the only thing that they actually looked alike. That's the only thing they had in common. Yeah, basically.
That they had a different color.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, I think, one was looking like she was more Egyptian than anything else. Yeah, I could see that.
Well, no, they could have wrote that as a story instead, but it's like, no, we're just gonna have her betray everyone. She's gonna always work for the bad guy. I'm like, I'm cool with that. If it kind of like pushes her actual agenda, what's her agenda?
Yeah, I don't think. I think Tanya is one of those characters that had some potential, but they just didn't do anything with it. Like same thing with Reiko. I think they're kind of in the same category, and really same thing with Fujin too. You put in the right three characters when you mentioned, because all three of them have kind of suffered from the same exact issue. So much potential, just have been written poorly and haven't been executed anywhere near to as well as they should have been.
Well, for example, too, and this kind of goes into my number two as well, and that's why I would go ahead and say it. My number two isn't just Reptile's ending; it's everyone's ending from MK4 and Gold.
Oh my god, that game is nothing. That might be like the funniest, like the funniest in a. Oh, I gotta put it. That might be the most unintentionally funny game that's ever been created.
Well, let's just go down the list a little bit. So, where do you want to start?
Let's go ahead and just start
Ending.
off with Reptile because I already mentioned him.
All right. So, Reptile. Well, we both know how this ends. He pretty much goes to Quan Chi. And first, let me mention this because I love the guys over at the Lost. I really do.
Yeah, I like him a lot
And
too.
then, well, the thing is too, like they made a hit straight on the nail point, saying that I think they always knew that Reptile was going to be a joke character, even back in MK2. Because apparently he was like literally the worst person to play with.
Of course.
So from MK2, let's go past three. Well, no, we're not talking about. No, that's what Reptile is number one. We'll make his. Or was my number one. Okay, let me put that in general. I never picked the character yet.
Okay.
Perfect. So we'll skip Reptile. We'll talk about the other endings real quick.
All right.
So there's two versions of these endings as well. There's the PlayStation version, and then there's the Nintendo 64.
Of course.
And I think it's the 64 where the graphics are just terrible. Like they're literally like in-game models, and they're just like a prime example is Tanya ending. We're going to do these things one of these days. I think this week as well. But well, Tanya's running with Liu Kang through some tunnels, that cave. All of a sudden they stop, and you just see Shinnok and Quan Chi just floating on the off course. Like, how do you not see those two fuckers right there? And then pretty much Liu Kang dies afterwards. That's Tanya's ending, which pretty much, like I said, confirmed the whole thing that she betrays anyone who's on the good team. Baraka, apparently everyone's dead now, and he's like he gets the big balls. It's like, I'm gonna kill Quan Chi. I'm tired of this shit. He's not gonna wreck my life. Stabs him, and then Quan Chi's like, "Fuck you, you're dead too." Liu Kang. Now, nothing. Like, his thing is just standard. He's just pretty much friend zone Katana at this point. There's literally and you can go back and listen to it. And I found this out from Maximilian. I think that's his name. But they're listening to watching the ending, and he looks at. By that you were gonna look, and like just completely like it's like the L, and then you can fill in the blank from there at that point. And what they filled the blank in was, I thought you were gonna lick my ass.
Jesus.
I think where did the L come from?
Ah,
The voice acting was shitty at best. Quan Chi revealed his secret plan to Scorpion and Sub-Zero. You're mad! And was raised against Shinnok. That's right before he dies. And dude, the Nintendo 64 version is like so cringeworthy. He Ray's floating into the air on his ending. He's floating in the air, trying to talk to the Elder Gods, and it literally looked like he's talking to a bunch of Muppets.
I mean, he basically is at that point. There's just everything looks like shit and is
But that's the
very
thing, though.
poorly acted.
When you look at the literally like from one game to another, though, from fucking what was it? From literally, it's literally just the same fucking game too. From the one station to another, it's literally just like it's like bullshit. Jared,
Oh my goodness, Jared.
I'm still trying to figure out how that played out as well, because apparently his ending's canon ish, But I mean, Sonya's dead.
Yeah. I don't think that really works.
Exactly.
How is it? I mean, uh, I don't know, man. Like, it's just too much weirdness.
No, it's stressing, not the endings, just Mortal Kombat 4 as a whole, because the gameplay was
Yeah.
clunky as hell. I love Mortal Kombat 4 in gold, I mean. But even the voice dialogues inside of the game, they didn't have like full on voice dialogue, but they would say, like, when they do the special moves, they would say, like, yell some random stuff. It's literally like, oh, I'm going to throw you over there. Yeah, I'm sorry, but if I'm getting my ass whooped, if I literally hear someone grab me and say, oh, I'm going to throw you over there.
Yeah. I mean, it's a bizarre ass game. Like, honestly, it's the only Mortal Kombat game in the regular series in the main series that I haven't played. Um, I eventually should, just because experiencing firsthand all the weirdness that is that game. But like you said, it's the gameplay. There's the everything about it's just kind of out there. It doesn't feel right. Then it has to be felt, I think.
I love that game. You even know this before. I love that game. That is the very first Mortal Kombat game I ever played.
It has a place in your heart for sure.
But I also know where it's bullshit. Oh shit! The thing is, like, when you just think about dialogue and stuff like that, no, honorable mentions as well. How about that? You go and say number two, and I get my honorable mention.
Okay. Yeah, my number two is actually Mortal Kombat Special Forces. I just wanted to mention this game because um, it's not necessarily the game itself, but it's a video that's correlated to it. I don't. Are you know Total MK, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did a video a long ass time ago. That's arguably my favorite video he's ever done. And it's just him getting super drunk, and then going out there and playing Special Forces, and the game is bad enough. All right, so I don't know if have you ever played the game?
No.
Okay, me neither. But based on everything I've seen about it, the game is just absolutely awful. It's a level of shit, that has never really been seen in the Mortal Kombat series. And there's been some bad games in the series, so that's saying something. Um, and seeing Luke, who is just this insanely diehard Mortal Kombat fan who pretty much defends just about anything that happened in the classic games, and that one is a classic game because it happened, what was it, PlayStation 1? So I mean, we're talking about a classic MK game, and he pretty much defends everything that's classic when it comes to MK. And to see him get so pissed off at that game to the point where he was jumping up and down screaming and basically saying just the most ridiculous shit ever. And if you have not seen that video, I will leave the link in the description down below because it is absolutely worth watching. Have you seen this video?
No.
Okay, then we need to watch it one time. We can do like a reaction to it. So maybe we can do that. The same day we do the Annihilation video podcast. We can do something like that. We can mix them. I mean, it's 100% worth watching, and honestly, man, like everything that goes into that game between what's his damn name, the guy that was in MKX, they made him DLC, Tremor. Yeah, from Tremor to God, I'm having a blank of what their names was. There was one guy who was
Tasia.
yeah, but there was the guy who had like the hilarious name, like Face was in his name. Was it No Face? No, that wasn't No Face. It was
Yep.
it was No Face. No Face. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, there was just
Jared.
yeah, so many stupid characters in that game, and all of them that they just have been continuously, yeah, they've kind of just gone in history as these just joke characters that nobody even takes seriously.
But
It's
people want those characters though in the games.
yeah, I know, but not for the right reasons, not because they're good
No, they
characters.
legitimately do. They want them to be actual characters. And they
Yeah,
deserve the limelight.
but because they're funny, you know what I mean? It's not like they're like, oh man, that No Face was a fucking legit character. No, they want No Face because it would be hilarious to see what they did to him, and they might actually make him good because of what they did what they did with Tremor. You know what I mean? They might actually make him a decent character, but
Yeah,
I doubt it.
they're not bringing this on themselves though.
They do, but
Because when they brought back Scarlet, they could have just left it at that. Like, okay, maybe a Hydro, maybe this or that. But then they did that, and then on the PSP version of Mortal Kombat 9, they brought back They added more levels to the challenge towers.
yeah,
to include the other characters as well, the DLC characters,
Mm-hmm.
and Trimmer was in there. So that's how Trimmer got that following finally.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely do it on themselves, but I mean, just Jesus Christ, that game was shambolic at best, and it looks like it's kind of like one of those games where it's kind of fun to play drunk, but then it's so bad that it's probably not even that fun. It's not even fun that way.
All right, so I have one major honorable mention.
Okay.
I already said what number one was, which is Reptile, and we're gonna go through like his history, a small history, real quick. But my honorable mention is so it has to be number six. Really, are you okay?
Oh, I'm okay.
So, if you're familiar with that line, um, you played Shawn Monks before, right, or no?
No, I haven't actually, unfortunately.
So that's why you're not familiar with that
Yeah.
line. So, Shawn Monks is pretty much a spin-off of MK2, if you
Mm-hmm.
know that much.
Yeah, yeah.
But everyone dies except Melina. First of all, something like that.
Okay.
But you pretty much you go around. So you know how the game was. You run around. You go kill everyone. Pretty much. You kill Jade. You kill Reptile. You fight Baraka. And when you fight Baraka, you watch him kill these monks. And by kill, I mean he is literally stabs them. I think in the heart, in the face. Throw him about a good 50 feet across the room towards the side you are on. And Liu Kang asks him, "Are you okay?"
Oh my god! Come on, man. That can't be real. That didn't actually happen.
Oh, dude, hold
Oh,
on.
I gotta see this later. Jesus. My god. I mean, like I could get it if like he got stabbed in the leg or something like that, but in the heart, in the face. Come on, man.
Then
Who
throw him
wrote
halfway across the
this?
room. And then Liu Kang literally asks, gets down, get close to his face, and asks, "Are you okay?" So pretty much his computer crash. Well, then computer crash. Something crashed on his end. So he just reacted to it for the first time. And since we're not jackasses, we're not going to record something. We're not going to try to react to something for the first time again. It's just like you miss it, we miss it. Oh well. But first impressions after that, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I gotta be honest with you guys. Like, basically, what happens is if you haven't seen it, I'll also leave the link. I will also leave the link in the description for this video alongside the TMK video. Basically, what happens is Baraka stabs this monk in the chest. All right, and he looks at Liu Kang. He stabs him again. He looks at Liu again, and he stabs him right in the fucking face. So no matter what, he's not gonna be alive. But even if he is alive, he's not going to be okay. And then, of course, Baraka proceeds to throw him, like you said, 50 feet across the room, straight at Liu Kang's feet. He bends down and he asks, "Are you okay?" It's just so stupid. Like, honestly, like you were saying, they clearly didn't really care too much about the story. But I mean, I don't care how much you care about your story, but you can't be so stupid to write "Are you okay?" into that situation. It makes zero sense. It just makes zero
Oh,
sense.
that's not about the story. That's just about fucking logic.
Exactly. You could be as dumb as Kano or something like that. Well, I guess Kano's not too stupid. He's pretty stupid, but he's not that stupid. But you could be the dumbest person in the world, and you should know that guy's not okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, one of the dumbest moments I think I've ever seen. So that's a very solid honorable mention right there. I guess we can kind of transition into who I guess my honorable mention would be because he's actually in that clip, and that's Baraka. Now, Baraka did get a little bit better in MK11. They gave him,
Yeah.
a lot more importance. But before that, he was kind of like Reptile in the sense that he was just kind of a walking failure. He gets beat down in his own territory. He pretty much just fails consistently. He fails to recognize the fact that he's just kind of a pawn under every master he has, who they don't respect him at all. They just kind of use him and his entire race as basically just these little grunts that have no value and are of no use, and he continues to be super loyal to all these people. So I just think that Baraka is like a mini version of Reptile, even though Reptile is way, 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 way worse. But I also think that Baraka at least has been redeemed a little bit in the last game, whereas Reptile, to be completely honest, he hasn't even come close to being redeemed basically ever since his creation. So I think that's kind of my honorable mention right there. I guess if you want, we can go ahead and get into your number one. Since, well, actually, you know what? I'll go ahead and give my number one because mine is probably a little bit less, a little bit less
Long.
entertaining than yours. Yeah, because Reptile is gonna be a long one. There's so much to talk about. Like I said, this isn't really in a list for me because I didn't think this through prior to this. This has just kind of been on the fly, and like honestly, I think that the biggest, like one of the most ridiculous things ever for me was actually the whole Blaze scenario. Like the fact that all that stuff happened the way it did, in my opinion, is just kind of really stupid. And the fact that and I don't even mean like the way they kind of retconned it in MK9, but because of course that was not necessarily great either. But I don't know, it's just like that entire storyline never really fit with me. You had Taven where he was not really that entertaining. Dagon, he doesn't really turn out to be anything in the end. I expect him to just be this supremely powerful force, but he never really turned out to be that. And I don't think it's necessarily a funny thing, but it's kind of one of those moments where I'm like, there was so much build up for me personally going into that. I don't know about you, but there was a lot of build up for me as I was going through that, and I wanted to see how this was going to turn out and stuff like that. And potentially being the last Mortal Kombat game, there was a lot, there was a lot of pressure on, I think, at least for me personally, on them actually hitting a solid conclusion to it. And everything they did with it, it was just, I don't know, I just found it an absolute shit show. And the fact that not only that, but the game itself was actually really, really poor. Like, it just, I don't know, it was kind of like, it was kind of hilarious in the sense that, like, the best thing about that game for me is Mortal Kombat. And I guess I think number one could actually have been just Mortal Kombat in general. But I will go ahead and put in the entire Armageddon game just because, like I said, like the best thing about it is Mortal Kombat, which was actually a really fun mode to play and had some interesting moments, like Scorpion using the spear, all that type of stuff. There was plenty of Mortal Kombat stuff there, but I just think that Deception as a whole, not Deception, sorry, Armageddon, after what Deception had done, which I thought was very, very solid, going into that game and kind of just ruining everything and doing such a half-assed storyline. Yeah, and it didn't really even lead to anything, and they don't even get mentioned later on. Taven and Dagon, they don't get mentioned in any of the future games, any of that stuff. I don't know. It's just like, it's just a what the fuck moment more than a hilarious moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, I agree. But so with Morgan Armageddon, and I think I like Taven and Dagon
Mm-hmm.
for obvious reasons. We've been knowing this in the past
Yeah,
already.
yeah.
From beginning, you get automatic win for me. That's where I'm at in the situation at this point. Like I'm too deep into it, and I have to keep riding the same Medinian wave.
I can respect
But
that though.
but they at least still come up with good characters every time for that realm. You might fuck them up later, but they still come up with good ideas at least. But this, because I agree with you. Like, but one thing is, they did like the biggest cop out that you could ever think of with that game. So the whole point of Armageddon was that if Dagon or Taven won, either one would either kill all of them, which most likely was Dagon, or the other one would neutralize all their powers, which most likely Taven. Apparently, there was a third mystery option that when Taven won, that nothing happened.
It's so fucking stupid, right? Like what the fuck?
Well, here's the thing too. That's the canonic ending of that game.
Exactly.
Like literally after Taven beats Blaze in the conquest, he literally says nothing happened. He's able to put off Armageddon for a little bit until then, but I think you could just say like everyone died. That's the whole point of Armageddon, or say. I think this was the first time this is the first time they actually know. Right. Yeah, this is technically the first game they did where endings, they have story mode that already had a canonic ending, but also they had all the other endings as well. So they're like, oh, everyone's alive, so everyone has to have an ending. Like, No, you've killed people multiple times in the past. Why not do a little bit more?
Yeah,
Or just say at the end of this, like they all lost their powers and went home.
at least make it, actually have some finality to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they literally said, "Oh, nothing happened," pretty much.
Yep. All that for nothing. Literally
And
nothing.
literally, at the end of and John Tobias, not Tobias, Vogel said that the only people who were left at Armageddon was Raiden, Shao Kahn, Taven, and Liu Kang Ghost. So by the time Morgan McKnight comes around, two out of the four people who are canonically left alive are missing completely and not mentioned again before the time loop. Because even though Liu Kang's ghost couldn't do nothing, I get that, which technically isn't everyone's a ghost now, they're all dead. But even that though, no, Shinnok is alive too.
Mm-hmm.
But even with all that being said and done, the whole point was Taven could beat Blaze, or Taven was defeated Blaze. So shouldn't the last fight been with Raiden and Taven? Well, yeah, Raiden and Taven versus Shao Kahn at least, or at least tell us what happened to Taven. He died. Lynn's like, hey, he died somewhere. I have to look at the. I can't remember when because I have to look at the tweet, which I'm not doing that much. But you have to actually go back in time and look for that tweet where it says like, is that tweet came out before MK9 or after MK9? But oh shit, I just realized how bad. Because I think that I agree with you. That's really bad number one. Because that would then start the domino effect of the next three games.
Yeah, because they're consistently trying to retcon whatever mistakes they make, and it leads into more bullshit and more bullshit and more bullshit. So it's not like a funny moment, but it's literally what started the decline.
Hmm. But no, I still feel like well, as that does kind of beat mine a little bit, but I can make it a little
Well,
bit more flashy.
yeah, Reptiles is more entertaining. I would say it's
It's
funnier.
not even more entertaining. It's just sad.
Yeah, it's a funny sad though.
Yeah, but it's like it shouldn't be. Like this is okay. Let's talk about how he first was created.
Mm-hmm.
Ed Boon was literally in the drive-through of a fast food restaurant, and he wanted to do it. He wanted to add a secret character. We have two ninjas. We can change the colors. It doesn't really matter. We have a blue ninja. We have a yellow ninja. Blue and yellow mixed green. Let's just call him Reptile. So he's literally like we know he's a secret character. We knew that much, but it's just like the way he became a secret character was because two colors mixed with each other, and I'm bored at a drive through the window. So that's how he became. That's how Reptile came to be. Then in MK2, we find out a little bit more about him. I'm like, all right, well, what do we not know about Reptile? What do you need to know about Reptile? He's from a dinosaur-looking race, pretty much. Well, he was part of the dinosaurs race, but after a big war with Shinnok and Raiden, um, a bunch of his people got wiped out. Then they go to the Terra, where Shao Kahn took over that, and they also get wiped out again, mostly. And for some reason, he got plucked out of that entire realm. It's like, you will be my, you will be my personal reptile. Which the sad thing is, he has a real name. He legit has a real name, and like I said, I love the Boys of the Lost because they. You can link this whole podcast. This is from like the reptile Russian perspective, but they literally say that Reptile is like if you think about who he was working for, Sang Sung and Shao Kahn, it's like a racial slur that they just gave him. Like later they get they say, "Oh, you have a name, but I'm gonna call you this instead. That's more degrading."
Yeah.
Then MK3, he gets a little bit. He already had responsibilities before. First of all, he had the responsibility to pretty much make sure that the tournament went the right way. On MK1, fell at that. Um, MK2, everyone's convinced, and this is before MK9, but everyone's convinced that in MK2, the warrior that Quiet Lane beat was Reptile. So he's a before like he got his ass whooped and he didn't die because Quiet doesn't kill people. So they swallowed that like you're never worth my time to kill. But,
It's actually worse than just being killed. Yeah.
yeah, and then MK3 he gets some responsibility to pretty much. There's two orders being given right here. So he has to go work with Jade. Chaka's like, you know what? Katana's my daughter. She's your best friend. Go bring her back, and we'll try and make this all work out again. Okay? He told Reptile like pretty much if there's an issue, if the she fights back, because well, she's Katana. I don't need her back alive. You just make sure she's taken care of.
And he fails.
We don't know what happened because they didn't even write that into MK9, but I love the lot. They paint such a beautiful. It's just a podcast. You don't like you see a video or anything. It's like they paint such a beautiful picture. It's like I literally see this happening.
Yeah. I listened to that podcast. When did it come out? It was a while ago, right? It was a long time ago.
Well, it was like last year.
Yeah. I mean, like for real. If you guys haven't ever heard of The Lost, and if you're like you're legit Mortal Kombat fans, you have to listen to it because their retrospectives are just fucking great. Yeah, the story fans, of course. Yeah, they go into deep detail with all these characters. Just it's must listen.
Well, like, listen to this. That's literally the thing that happened. That Jay's talking to Katana, trying to calm her down, trying to bring her back, and the Reptile just go completely off the rails and try to kill Katana. It's like, wait, what? And then Katana and Jay jump his ass and they run away. That's 3 missions in the course of probably I think it's like a year or two that have been failed by Reptile.
He's a specialist of failure.
And then he gets trapped in Edenia, and he is charged with mass genocide. And this kind of falls on Sindel's thing as well, but because if you read them, I guess there's no Mortal Kombat 4 comic that I cannot find anywhere. So if you find it, do buy that for me, and
Okay.
I will pay you money back.
Will do.
But she sends him to the Netherrealm. Instead of just killing him, she sends him to the Netherrealm via portal. I mean, if you die, you go to the same place. But okay.
Basically, what the fuck?
But he decides to work with Shinnok because Shinnok, I guess they promised him like, oh yeah, we can turn back in time and help save your family. Here's the problem though, and this is just like in general with time. It's like the whole Kronka thing, where everyone was promised like, in the new era, you'll be given this, you'll be given that. First of all, and that bullshit, I'm just saying, like, a lot of the things you guys have been promised to each other are contradicting everything. Like, I'm pretty sure that Liu Kang would not agree to work with Kronika if he knew that her plan was to take him out, because she told Kronika, like, oh yeah, you'll be the chosen one, and you'll have the girl and all the glam stuff like that. I'm like, okay. Katana's whole family's wiped out by Shao Kahn, and she's like, I'm gonna bring back your stepfather. He's gonna rule Outworld again. I was like, well, what the fuck do you gotta do for me? Like, so my family has to die again
it's just pretty much continuous, just you know, failures and
Like mother like son, I
horrible
guess,
things happen to
because
him.
yeah, mother like I guess mother like son because Shinnok promised to make him back in time to where I guess the first war happened and revert the so nothing happens to Reptile's family. And his ending, as we were talking about earlier, he's literally getting he's like trying to throw balls and talk back, and then he's getting choked out by Shinnok out of nowhere. Then his head explodes
And he fucking dies in his own ending.
in his own area too.
Poor reptile, man.
And then and MK Armageddon, he actually no, he does a good thing because well, and what's called good more like this point, but he gets played by a bunch of different people. He makes it back to our world somehow when everyone loses at MK4. Then he hears about the plot to overthrow Shao Kahn. Then he bumps into Natara, and she's talking to him, get pretty much like baiting him, pretty much, and to the point where it's like distracting him that he's too late to save Shao Kahn. And then he's like, "Well, that one lady was really nice to me. I'm gonna go be friends. I'm gonna go work with her now." And she tells him to pretty much make sure you bite Cyrax on his arm. So he succeeds at these missions, but then like it's Natara's fault that all this stuff happened, and he goes finally chase her down after she's already made like left the realm and stuff, well, frees her people, and then he's possessed by Onaga. So we'll say this: Armageddon and Deadly Alliance, he did actually succeed, but he also became the Dragon King by force. So there's two things I want to mention as well. One, the coolest thing he's ever done, he was in control of. First of all, let's keep that in mind.
Mm.
He's Onaga, he takes over Outworld, he wipes the floor with everyone except this one old man who played him years ago, who he played years ago. No, for years actually. And then he wakes up on the floor and it's like, wait, what happened? Well, let's keep in mind as well, in MK3, after he bumps into, because I guess this is canon as well, but, oh yeah, according to Chameleon's bio Armageddon, it's canon, but he and her bumped into each other, and she's trying to, like, pump him up so we can kill Shao Kahn and get our people back together. And he's going to have sex for the first time, finally. And he pitches out in the last second.
It just gets worse and worse, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, so here's the difference too. Like I said, you said probably the best. He's just like Baraka, but worse. Well, this is why though. In Baraka's ending, I'm getting more stuffy as we talk, but in Baraka's ending, he says that he takes pretty much a lot. He gets very powerful, gets really two long blades, and he's able to kill pretty much both of his masters, both Shao Kahn and Onaga, and take Mileena as his bride, like forcefully. So he was already like you trying to do a little golf clap for him, like, all right, take what you want, I got you, I get you.
At least
But
he
it
got
doesn't
it.
matter anyway. But it doesn't matter. It's an ending, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm not sure if I'm the best to read this right now because my nose is so stuffy. But so if you go to the morecombactwarehouse.com and then you go to Armageddon and then you go to Reptile, then you go down to the bottom where his ending is, it says I'm going this one more time.
Yeah, no problem. We're leaving that in there because we need this quality content.
Yep. All day. As the shockwave caused by Blade's death rattled the surrounding crater, a pyramid which reptiles stood began to crumble. A fixture opened to reveal the. Okay, I'm not gonna try to spell that word, but sarcophagus of familiar design. Reptile unlocked the was Reptile unlocked the curious artifact and find a female's Terran. As she woke, Reptile felt himself slowly reverting back to his humanoid form. The glory of Zatara will return once more. So after all the bullshit he deals with, all that he does is to turn back to human. Well, looks human.
Not the best. That's not the best prize.
I mean, everyone else, like even Serena, gets Lin Kuei powers. A character who was only in. She was mentioned in a mythology, and she was in the playable version of Deadly Alliance on the Game Boy.
Mm-hmm.
She gets powers and kicks ass. Talia can control dragons. I'm not sure why, but she can now. Katana makes a full female fighting group, which they keep reusing that same thing for the next 3 games. What else? Who else had another one? Sindel brings back her husband, but she's already like queen still, so it's like, all right, now I get everything. Yep, that's. Liu Kang gets his body back. Dagon gets his ass, gets put back down. Quan Chi, I think he dies as well. Shao Kahn rules everything to the point he goes mad. Yeah, this just goes on and on. A reptile becomes a human. Needs to look human again.
Yeah, it's like everybody has these huge things that happen to him, and he just, basically nothing happens to him. So,
like, you're still a bitch boy, but
yeah,
now you're a human bitch boy.
Yeah, so congratulations on that, reptile.
You human looking ass.
Oh my goodness, fucking reptile, man! I swear, it's like, it's just, it never seems to get better.
I will say this: in MKX, he did start to like bounce back to like an actual person and has a ruler that actually likes him.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm assuming if Aaron Black is now taking acid for you for his bombs, that you are no longer useful.
Pretty much, he just took your spot.
Well, he was already in that spot, and now your spot. Not only, so it's like 2 people leave. No, somebody leaves, and you get kicked out as well. Because Devora left, and now Reptile gets blamed for it. That's how I want to look at it. That's why he's not MK11.
Mm-hmm.
He gets blamed for Devora leaving.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the funniest, saddest thing you can come up with is literally Reptile.
He's the culmination of everything that's just sad and demoralizing about Mortal Kombat, and for all the good and wrong reasons.
Literally, the first game he's actually played with, he's the worst character to play as.
Yep. That was pretty much just the start of it. That was the start of it.
Yeah. That's what I think too. Like, I feel like they always knew he was gonna be the shit character.
Yeah, that has to be because he was created at a fast food drive-through, so it already starts off pretty poor. He's just thrown in there as a joke, basically, which is of course not good. And then it just keeps on getting forward, and they don't really actually put any effort to improve either his story or him as a character for gameplay and stuff like that. So they never really took him that seriously.
Yeah.
But what can you do? What can you do? That's the NRS/Midway way. That's what they do. They just they build things up to where they have some potential, and they just proceed to, fail to just do anything good with them. And Reptile is another one of those, and they actually went the complete opposite direction. They just pretty much go out and do anything they can to make him as much of a joke and as much of a stupid, sorry ass for excuse for a fucking character as they really can. So at least there's one thing, that like they aren't very consistent in terms of the quality of their games, but they are very consistent in what they do
Oh,
with the
fucking him
Reptile.
over. Like, let's keep fucking this guy over.
Yeah, at least they keep that. That's the only thing that's really continuous in Mortal Kombat is Reptile remains garbage.
Well, like, keep in mind, like, as I said, like, MKX became a little bit better. He still was like 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. Because now even your own X spit doesn't do shit now.
Yeah.
Because he spits it and Takea's eyes, and they just pour water in his eyes, and he's good.
Yep.
So even the one thing you're useful for, you still
you feel that.
Do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reptile. That's.
I remember we said we were talking about a lot of other things today, but I think we're almost. Well, I can still go for a little bit longer if you want.
I mean, it's kind of late here, but I guess if you have any like closing thoughts and like that, we can kind of talk about that a little bit. But
well, only I was gonna just mention is like Sindel's little trailer from the other day.
Oh yeah. If you want to talk about that, we can. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what do you think about it?
I mean, listen, like I'll be honest with you guys, like I haven't been interested in Mortal Kombat 11 for a while now, and Sindel is not going to be a character that's going to get me interested at all. I mean, she doesn't look bad, but she doesn't really appeal to me at all. Like she's never really been a character I particularly like, and am I excited about trying her out? Honestly, no. Am I excited about playing the game? Not particularly. For me, the game is kind of just dead. Like I'm not even interested in the season, the seasons that they've been doing with the Combat League and all that stuff. There's really nothing appealing me to play it as of right now. I'm more interested in playing the old ones than I am in playing MK11. And honestly, Sindel is just another one of those characters where I'm not too excited because everything else about the Combat Pass just kind of pisses me off. The amount of guests there, how fucking much time in between each character, each character's release. Everything's just kind of gotten me kind of negative towards the game, and I'm not particularly interested in Sindel, if I'm completely honest.
No, I get it. I really do. And that's why I kind of... So, at first glance, like, this is before the trailer, because we talked about this before. I think the whole paying for characters that you already played as in the same timeline, technically. 2 games ago, these characters are all playable, and now you're paying for all 3 of them. So let's ignore that fact. Just at first glance, I don't care about Sindel. Because her gameplay is subpar at best. The story they gave her this time around, too, is just like...
It's fucking awful.
Pay her as a gold digger now, all of a sudden. Who doesn't love no one. She loves Shao Kahn, apparently, because... I think I'm really interested to see what this ending is, because they paint this ending like as her still being a bitch. Then I think, all right, well, that character is dead for me for now on as well. But I will say this, maybe like I didn't care about Terminator's trailer at all. I'll be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't care for Night Wolves. I didn't like seeing songs because I thought we'd get actual more information about it, but we'll leave that in the past as well. Let's put it like this: there's a reason why we didn't react to the other 2 people.
Exactly.
We didn't talk to them. Now this was Sindel. I will say this: like at first, I was like, I don't care, but then I saw the costume, I seen the gameplay, which actually does look interesting. I actually do want to try to give her a shot. But even with all that being done, what's this one other thing that happened? The intro dialogues. They're all already been leaked as well, so I kind of know, we already know what's going to be said, but they're actually really funny and good. But outside of that, it's just like, well, this game has just been a rolling shit show. Let's see, you're paying for those 3 characters that's already been playable before. You took where a character could have been a really good character, people wanted Fusion, Rain, You took that and you tried to put Terminator where you didn't even get the voice for Arnold Schwarzenegger. Um, the Joker's in another fucking game. Granted, I know he's really a really good addition, but you can really put him as MK. I mean, Combat Pack 2. He didn't have to be out of this first same one. And Spawn, I get everyone when one spawns is MKX. I get it. I get it. I don't give a shit. I really don't.
Same here.
Same thing with Hellboy. Like, at least that with that one, everyone was like the same way. I'm like, I don't know nothing about Hellboy except the movie, and I didn't watch the movie, so I don't know nothing about Hellboy. Everyone was like so hyped for him. I'm like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I feel the exact same way. I don't give a fuck about any of the guests. Terminator, don't care.
Terminator would have been good if it was actually Arnold. Joker could have waited. If they were really gonna do the whole Ash thing, then I don't know nothing about Left 4 Dead, or whatever that movie's called.
Evil Dead, yeah.
Evil Dead. I don't know nothing about that, so I can't really get hyped for that. And Spawn, I'm just happy that some people stop fucking asking for it.
Yeah, I got a lot of shit. I did a video out there saying like who the fuck wanted. I was kind of talking a bunch of shit about the Combat Pass, and I talked a bunch of shit about Spawn. I saw there was a pretty strong reaction of a bunch of randoms, a bunch of casuals that were actually really excited about Spawn. I knew that was gonna happen, but I didn't expect to be that many of them. So I guess Spawn, fair play. He is pretty requested, but I mean, like for me personally, I don't give a fuck about Spawn. Couldn't care less about Terminator being in there. Couldn't care less about Joker being in there. I mean, I guess like I'm even a huge Batman fan, and I'm not even interested in Joker being in the game because we've already had this, so I'm not interested to be honest.
There's two things to go with that as well. So one, like I said, the MK characters were they're like okay, they're here, but what about the people we haven't seen in a long ass time, or a person? So literally people we see in the last game, but we can't play as them because you guys didn't make them playable. Hell, they took a poll of characters they wanted.
Yeah, the famous poll that Ed Boon did.
Hold that thought.
Yeah.
And then they always go back and say, "Well, we listen to our fan base." Like, no, okay.
Just based on that poll, they clearly don't.
KX female poll.
Yeah, I remember like I saw that and I was just like, "There's no way in hell they're actually gonna listen to people in this." And unfortunately, we were correct.
I just want to make sure. I want to see who was on that list.
Yeah, it shouldn't. I think it should be still findable, right? It's just a matter of going through it. Found it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I will give them this because they did listen to people on it. So it was this: which female fighter did you miss the most at MKXL? Jade, Shiva, Sindel, Scarlet. And the winner order was Jade, Scarlet, Sindel, Sheila.
Okay, so they actually did do it. Yeah, they did 3 out of 4. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
I
will give them that. But one thing first, and I'm going to say like, oh, they should push Sheila instead. I don't care. But what I will say is, what they should have done as well, because they didn't even play the other characters like Lee May, Frost, shit, what is that girl? I don't care. Selena, that's what it was. Like, I don't care if they play the game or not, but just like, if you were to ask a lot of other people ask the other 4 characters into it, male and female. So let's check the male version as well.
Yeah, I think that's the one that I remember the most. Was the male version.
Yeah.
Because I know that there was one that was completely off. Like, they didn't translate into the new game. So it must have been the male one.
Let me see. Okay. Who did you miss who did you miss MKXL? Choices are Baraka, Cabal, New Cyber, Rain. I think we already know where this happened. Where it happens from here.
Mm-hmm. Noob's number
So,
one.
yep. Who's number 2?
Can you list them again for me?
Baraka, Cabal, New Cyber, Rain.
What? Noob number one. Number two, I think Cabal. Number three, Baraka. No, sorry. Rain. So I guess a Noob, Rain, Cabal, Baraka.
So close. When you say Rain at first, like, oh, okay, well, you're really wrong. But no, it was New, Rain, Baraka, Cabal.
Okay.
So Rain even wins a vote.
Exactly. He's right there.
He was literally in the last game. Literally in a game you had to pay for 2 games ago. He was if you had the computer PC mods, you could play him at the game. But you decided still not play him in the game. Where
Yep.
characters like Aaron Black wasn't even around, you don't even put. He loses his spot to too many people. I feel like.
People that don't have any reason to really be in there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's like too. What they may say Stone is like, well, they're never definitely not coming to the game now. Because that's it. Say some people put the nail in the coffin, man. Smoke, Ermac, Reptile, and Ray are not coming back into the game this time around.
Okay.
I mean, just officially, it's just like, man, Ray's never gonna win ever.
It's just not gonna happen. Like, I think at this point we have to just kind of accept it.
Oh, I do now, but it's like you will never get my hopes up again like that. I would make you that promise right there.
Yeah, I think that we learned quite a few things at this point after this cycle.
I mean, the story was great at first glance, and then afterwards you start to put it together. It's like, oh, so this fucks up this, and this.
As always.
No, because even MKX I didn't like that. I beat that too easy. I said the best story mode. Best story mode was 9, just because it was so fucking hard for me to beat.
There were a couple of battles there that were really fucking hard. Shao Kahn at the end. There was some, yeah, Shang Tsung and Quan Chi. What was it in the other realm?
No, that one was at the Coliseum with Killao, which that wasn't too bad. Like,
no, that's not the one. That's not the one I'm talking about. I'm talking about the one where you're in another realm and you have to, when you think you're raiding, you're raiding. You have to like fight 3 or 4 different people.
I know what you're talking about, but no, that one was hard. But that was that. Like we were playing as Cyber Sub-Zero, a brand new character, and you gotta fight both Goro and Kentaro.
Yeah, that's tough too.
And then fighting Shao Kahn twice in the game. It's just like it was hard as hell, but it's like I liked it.
It was rewarding.
That was like on easy or medium. You can put the thing on super hard on probably MKX, and you still will be in the same night.
Pretty much.
But I will say this: they did Chronica well gameplay wise. Because it's like, man, I hate this person. I wanted them to die finally. That's how I feel about Shao Kahn.
Yeah, they did a pretty good job with her in that point of view, and she's actually kind of fun to play against too.
Oh yeah, but I want my boss character to be cheap as hell.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be able to beat the boss character with characters that I Even though if I'm playing really good with characters, I shouldn't have issues trying to beat them.
It should just be automatic, automatic win. I definitely agree with that there.
Put this perspective. I was able to beat Corrupted Shinnok with Kano on my first try.
Okay.
I don't play with Kano.
Yeah, you definitely don't.
Ever.
He's the opposite of your interests.
Well, in this game, he's a little good. I played with him a little bit yesterday because I was just and I was really trying to get to that Johnny Cage thing, but I said I don't play. I never was interested in playing with KO, and like I said, what I want to do is kind of get all the endings. That's where I was like, oh, wow, this game is pretty piss poor. Okay.
Yeah. That's for sure. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, I guess like any final thoughts about Sindel? Like, will you be trying her out?
Yeah, I will. Just as I said, I will do it, but my biggest thing is trying to see that ending.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you have an end game
So,
towards it. It's not because you're necessarily like super interested in the characters, it's because you want to see what they do with her.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, her gameplay looks great. I like it because it does have very similar things to Black Canary. But I kind of want to, like I said, I just want to see what the ending does.
Mm-hmm.
If that ending is what it's very much looking out to be right now, because that's all that hasn't been leaked yet was the ending. Then I will be really, I will be really disappointed put like that.
Yeah, prepare yourself because you probably will be disappointed, unfortunately.
Most likely.
Most likely you will be, so. Yeah, I guess, yeah. I'm not particularly excited about it, but I probably will be streaming once it comes out, and once she comes out, and I probably will try her out here or there. Just I guess kind of the same reasons for you, see what they do with the character. And I still have to play with Nightwolf. I still have to play with a lot of these characters, so there are some things for me to get into because it has been a long time since I actually sat down and played it for fun. But I think that's a wrap. I think we've been going for. We got a decent podcast in here. We got our titles. We got plenty of topics.
Over an hour.
Yeah. And we'll definitely be doing that Annihilation. We'll be watching Annihilation Friday, and we have a few other things to talk about as well. And yeah, I think we're gonna be doing this podcast a lot more often now that I have a lot more free time, and our hours should match up a lot better thanks to that. So yeah, guys, thanks so much for listening. It's been a pleasure. Sorry we were gone for this long. It's predominantly my fault because I work nights, and Thomas, of course, being with a 7-hour time difference. Usually when I was working in the summer, so was Thomas. I mean, and it just didn't really work out. So, but it was predominantly my fault because a lot of times when I wasn't off, when I was off or something like that, I ended up being busy with other dumb shit. So I do apologize to you guys for that. Any of you guys that were looking forward to our episodes, but I can guarantee you that we're gonna bring in you a lot of different content because, like both of us are kind of just dead now when it comes to Mortal Kombat 11. So we're trying to bring you guys some more alternative kinds of content, and some more interesting stuff, and some more just pure Mortal Kombat, not just Mortal Kombat 11 based stuff. So hopefully you guys are excited about that. I know I am. And yeah, guys, I'll see you in the next episode.